We just got some big news from Baltimore Ravens training camp. Rashod Bateman isn't able to show up to start training camp. And let's dig into the report. Let's see what Adam Schefter's got to say here on Twitter. Ravens placed wide receiver Rashod Bateman on the reserve, did not report list. He was shut down for minicamp after getting a cortizone shot in his foot to help with healing. I've spoken to Rashod, and we expect him to be here very soon. Ravens GM Eric Decosta. Going on previously this offseason, as we talked about him on the channel, as we talked about his Dynasty fantasy football value, even his redraft value, mentioned him in a few recent videos. I was predicting that his price tag would probably dip around this time period, the start of the season. Looks like that's happening, and this is something that we've been looking at for a while now. Liz Frank injuries aren't a joke. It's hard for some of these players to come back and be themselves right away. Sometimes it takes them a little extra time. So expect him to take a little extra time, and he might come back and be fine. However, the market's going to react, and you may want to kick the tires and see how it does react and see if you can catch him on the cheap. And that's if you want him. That's just me speculating months ago saying, hey, he's coming back from a Liz Frank injury. It's usually taking players some time. Give him some time, and there's probably going to be a window where you can catch him at a discount. If you want him, that's when you probably should get him. Now is probably going to be that time, maybe even a few days, a couple weeks from now, you'll probably get an extended window if he's still not there competing in practice. We just got to keep an eye on this. Right now, it looks like, from what they've said, I've spoken with Rashod, we expect him here very soon. The thing about this is I'm not super concerned. I kind of had these ideas baked in my head to begin with, like he was going to have a slow start and maybe start off stronger in the middle of the year or something like that. Very ambiguous with him, and I'm just watching the price. Everything's according to price and fantasy. Right now, his ADP, wide receiver 40-something, around 45-ish range in ADP per underdog. Right now, it's been kind of volatile. Watch that closely. I imagine after today, after people are acting like the sky is falling, I imagine that's going to drop a little bit. I think people are going to just fade him a little bit in drafts, probably wide receiver 50 range maybe, because right now he's in the 40s in ADP. He's fallen a little bit last time I checked, and we just talked about him like yesterday, I think, on the channel in one of the videos. The thing about this, as the price goes, the cheaper he gets, the better value he becomes. That's a good thing, because then you can speculate on a very good player, very good prospect, who has flashed a little bit in his career, who has shown he can be efficient. Well, 1.95 yards per route run in the last couple years when playing with Lamar Jackson, ranks almost top 25 among wide receivers. Very efficient when on the field, can get targets, can get air yards, but the offense, sketchy for a player like that, considering almost 30 to 40% of the targets goes to Mark Andrews. Lower volume passing game, but we are expecting it to increase to a certain extent with Monk in there. So that's something to take note of. They brought in Zay Flowers. They do have Odell Beckham. Gotta see what's going on with this offense. Other news today, just coming off the top of the head, Melvin Gordon signed with the team, so he'll be competing in training camp. That's something you just want to keep an eye on. Who knows? He might not even make it out of camp. You just got to see what's going on there with the other running backs on our roster. J.K. Dobbins. Of course, Dobbins is expected to be the lead horse there. But you just got to pay attention, see what happens. Training camp is training camp. The one thing I want to let you guys know is I'm going to have training camp clips. I've been looking for them all day. There hasn't been much out. I imagine it's going to be hot and heavy next week because a lot of teams got to report like on Monday and Tuesday. Some teams reported on, I think, Wednesday this week and Thursday. So I've been waiting for some things to come out. I had a clip or two from the Chiefs, and that's about it. I'm going to keep looking. There's a lot of other stuff out there. But make sure you hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss any of that stuff. If more news like this breaks, I'll just clip the tweet and we'll go over it and we'll talk about it. But this was to be expected, a slow start for Bateman. Stuff like this from Bateman. I'm not acting like the sky's falling. And honestly, I understand the values and I'm just playing the game with the values on him. I got a lot of shares prior in Dynasty due to being in rookie drafts and Devy leagues and all that stuff. So I'm not even worried too much. And if you're going to get in, you're probably going to get in redraft because I think that price is going to get a little cheaper in ADP. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait. But maybe he comes back, makes some plays, we get some highlights, and it's all good. But right now, you read the tea leaves on social media, you look at Twitter, you think the sky's falling. You think he's never going to play again. You think it's over. So that's the market, maybe. Kick the tires in your league. Kick some guys in the shin in your league. See what's happening if you're interested. But the buy period is coming if you're wanting him in your league, because you should be looking to the future to now instead of back a few months ago if you're trying to get in, because this looks like it was going to happen due to what happens with Lisfranc injuries anyways. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Catch you on the next one.